And when we are done, after this hour, you will live in glory, and you will be able to say, I was there the day Horus slew the Emperor. That is my pledge.
For millennia, the Emperor of Mankind has sat upon the Golden Throne, a life-support device of immense power and intricate design, located deep within the heart of the Imperial Palace on Terra. This iconic image is central to the Warhammer 40K verse, a symbol of the Imperium's unwavering faith and desperate struggle for survival. While the Emperor's continued existence provides a psychic beacon that guides humanity through the warp, his vegetative state begs a crucial question. Why can't he be taken off the Golden Throne? The answer, as with much of the 41st millennium, is complex and steeped in layers of technological, political, and ultimately metaphysical necessity. Greetings all, I'm your guide, the Archivist. Today I will dive into why the Emperor can't be taken off the Golden Throne. Before we begin, please make sure to like the like and subscribe waypoints, or join to become an acolyte down below, so that more people can learn from the archives. To understand the Emperor's predicament, one must first appreciate the sheer scale of his power and the nature of the Golden Throne itself. The Emperor was, and arguably still is, the most powerful psychic to have ever lived. His psychic abilities allow him to shape reality, command legions with his mind, and even wage war against the entities of the Warp. However, this immense power came at a cost. The Warp, a dimension of pure psychic energy fueled by emotions, is a chaotic and dangerous realm. Without a strong psychic presence to guide them, navigators would be unable to safely traverse the Warp, effectively severing the Imperium's interstellar trade and communication routes. The Golden Throne, therefore, is not merely a life support system. It is a complex machine designed to amplify and focus the Emperor's psychic energies across the galaxy. Constructed with arcane technology predating even the Dark Age of technology, the throne is a fusion of science and sorcery, a testament to humanity's lost knowledge. It sustains the Emperor's physical form, however damaged, and allows him to project the Astronomicon, a psychic beacon that guides Imperial ships through the treacherous currents of the Warp. Without the Astronomicon, the Imperium would collapse into isolated pockets, easy prey for the myriad enemies that lurk in the darkness. The events leading to the Emperor's entombment on the Golden Throne are crucial to understanding his current immobility. During the Horus Heresy, the Emperor confronted his corrupted son Horus aboard the traitor flagship the Vengeful Spirit. In a cataclysmic battle, the Emperor defeated Horus, but at a terrible price. He suffered grievous wounds, both physical and psychic, that would have killed any other being. To ensure the survival of humanity and the continuation of the Astronomicon, the Emperor was placed upon the Golden Throne. This act was not a simple matter of bedside care. The throne was designed to interface with the Emperor's unique physiology, drawing upon the immense psychic energy that to power its functions and project the Astronomicon. Removing him from the throne even for a moment would likely sever the connection, causing the Astronomicon to flicker and potentially extinguish. The consequences of such an event are unimaginable. Furthermore, the Emperor's physical wounds are so severe that they are beyond the capacity of even the Emperor's most advanced medical technology to heal. His body is a ravaged husk, sustained only by the Golden Throne's life-sustaining functions. To take him off the throne would almost certainly result in his immediate physical death. But the reasons for the Emperor's continued entombment are not solely based on technological or physical limitations. There are also significant political and religious factors at play. Over the millennia, the Emperor has become more than just a ruler, he has become a god. The Adeptus Ministorum, the ecclesiarchy of the Imperium, teaches that the Emperor is a divine protector of humanity, the God Emperor of mankind. His presence on the Golden Throne is a central tenet to their faith, and any attempt to remove him, even with the best intentions, would be seen as an act of heresy, potentially triggering a galaxy-wide civil war. The High Lords of Terra, the ruling council of the Imperium, are acutely aware of this risk. Even if they believed that removing the Emperor from the throne was in the best interest of humanity, the potential for widespread religious upheaval would likely outweigh any perceived benefits. The Imperium is already teetering on the brink of collapse, beset by enemies on all sides. A civil war sparked by religious fervour would be the final blow. Moreover, there is a growing understanding, albeit a heavily suppressed one, that the Emperor's continued existence on the Golden Throne serves another more profound purpose. As his physical form deteriorates, his psychic presence in the warp grows stronger. Some believe that he is slowly ascending to a higher plane of existence, becoming a true god of the warp. While this theory is considered heretical by many within the Imperium, it offers a potential explanation for why the Emperor cannot simply be removed from the throne and be allowed to die peacefully. Through our study of the archives, we've come to the conclusion on this topic that the dangers of the Emperor being removed from the Golden Throne after 10,000 years are far too great to be considered, even if it was possible to somehow revive him back to his full physical form. Being a perpetual, many have speculated that simply removing him from the Golden Throne and allowing him to be returned to his full form via his perpetual resurrection is the best course, but there are a few key potential flaws with this logic. To the line of reasoning that the Emperor of Mankind would fully revive after being removed from the Golden Throne, which is keeping his shattered remains alive, the most fatal flaw is that to die and be reborn as a perpetual in the Warhammer 40K verse can often be a long and very unknowable process. Not only does the Emperor of Mankind keep the Imperium stitched together as a religious figure, but his psychic might quite literally keeps the warp at bay from ripping the Imperium to pieces. When Magnus breached the psychic barriers created by the Emperor on Terra some 10,000 years ago, he left behind a scar that has refused to heal, and many say, perhaps the Emperor's greatest failure. The Emperor, in a way, doomed himself to service upon the Golden Throne. Through his Webway project to protect humanity from the warp and rid reality from its incursions, his failure has left the Webway permanently open. Without his continued intervention upon the Golden Throne to keep it closed, it's likely myriad demons would flood into Terra immediately upon his removal, and even though he may regenerate, Terra and wider parts of humanity may be completely overcome by the horrors of chaos before his return. It's likely the Emperor knows this even still, and would not leave humanity to such a fate if he could help it. There's also another line of reasoning to consider, and that is the thought experiment that the Emperor of Mankind may never fully regenerate despite being a perpetual. It is known that the Emperor is essentially a fusion of thousands of powerful shaman-like psykers from Anatolia, but during that fateful clash with Horus, the sheer amount of damage the Emperor took shredded him to his very soul, and this deep damage, not just physically but also spiritually, could have affected his abilities to regenerate as a perpetual. Also, whilst the Emperor of Man has lived for untold millennia, there's never been any documented record of him ever facing injuries this grave to regenerate from. The truth is, no one truly knows the full details of what is happening to the Emperor on the Golden Throne. The machine's complexity is far beyond current understanding, and the Emperor himself is beyond mortal comprehension. The High Lords of Terra, the Custodes who guard the throne, and the Adeptus Mechanicus who maintain it, all guard their knowledge jealously. The details are shrouded in secrecy and dogma, ensuring that the truth remains hidden from the masses. In conclusion, the Emperor cannot be taken off the Golden Throne for a multitude of interconnected reasons. The throne is essential for maintaining the Astronomicon, which guides Imperial ships through the warp. The Emperor's physical wounds are too severe to heal, and removing him from the throne would likely result in his immediate death. The act would also trigger a catastrophic religious conflict, tearing the Imperium apart. Finally, there is the possibility that the Emperor is undergoing a transformation into something beyond the human comprehension, a process that is inextricably linked to his presence on the Golden Throne. The Emperor's immobility is not simply a matter of technological limitations or medical impossibility. It is a complex web of necessity, faith, and the unknowable machinations of a being on the cusp of godhood. The fate of humanity, for better or worse, is inextricably linked to the Emperor's continued entombment on the Golden Throne. And so I've now covered the content for this video, but if there's anything that has been missed, please share them in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this content, please like the like and subscribe waypoints, or join to become an acolyte down below so that more people can learn from the archives. In the grim dark of the far future, there is only war.